Let's talk about your records. And these are the criticisms. When the Panama paper came out, they say you didn't declare some of the money you had offshore.
Let me take issue of Panama Papers.
Pandora Papers.
Pandora Papers, sorry.
No, but
Yeah, Pandora Papers.
Let me tell you, Rufai, I have a clear, legitimate trust, which is allowed in law internationally to be able to plan for inheritance purposes. And it is documented and everything. It was there that company, which you can trace, moved from one company to another, started Asaba in the 90s. And it's in trace, it's not something you can know. In the 90s, Rufai started about 96, 97, I'm not clear, but I can tell you, until I became governor 2006. So it was a clear case of over a decade before I became governor. But that process, I started saving in a bank, Lloyd's Bank. And that came out of resources which were earned by a company I was running abroad, Nest International Limited, which is a subsidiary of Nest International Nigeria, my company in Nigeria, which was duly declared. When that came out, it became news. They said, oh, that a place they found money where I owned about $500 million. I was actually investigated.
By the FCC?
By everybody. Everybody said, oh, they found a place where there's 500. Before I replied, I said, if you go there and see 3%, I didn't say 10%, 3% of what you claim, or you mentioned, life imprisonment. Rufai, do you think I can tell you, go and look at what I declared when I became governor? I was already a bank chairman, everything. Naira, at the time I became governor, was about 100 Naira to $1. To date, the money in the said savings is about, I don't even know whether it's the one that belongs to me, is up to $15 million. Do you think it was $15 million that I've stolen since then and kept? Is that the amount of money people are stealing in Nigeria today?
But they talk about the investment in the brewery.
No, let me finish. We're talking about Pandora Papers. Let's do it one after the other. So what they did is that people blew something that is out of proportion. Rufai, that I saved, say, 100 million Naira is what? But when they saw it, even one organization said they saw about $1 billion. I said, $1 billion. If I have $1 billion, me and you won't be talking. But if you go there,
how much is that?
1%. No. I told him, I said, go there if you get 1% of. If you see.
So how much is there for transparency purposes?
There's no transparency purposes. I put in every year. If it's $1, I put there. I just told you that when they said it's 500, and I tell them go and get 30% there. 3%.
But you know what I'm asking? Because if you want to, you have to declare your trust.
Everything is declared. It's plain.
How many times will Peter Obi answer questions about Pandora Papers before you people are satisfied? How many times? He said it is his own money, $15 million that was there. And that money was invested 1996 or thereabout, about 10 years before he became governor. 10 years before he became governor. And then he has challenged you guys that it is a legitimate business strategy, even though some criminals seize or take advantage of such hedge funds. It is a legitimate business that he took, and that no money was deposited in that fund while he was governor for 8 years. And that if you go there now and you find anything beyond the $15 million, he has challenged you. Come and send him to life imprisonment. What else do you want? Now, you keep asking this question, trying to paint a good man black, trying to give a dog a bad name so you can hang him. But the question you guys fail to answer is this: what about Tinubu? Can we trace Tinubu's wealth back 10 years before he became governor of Lagos State and find out what he was doing? If he was doing any business? Can we? Or what comes to mind is the 460,000 US dollars forfeiture for heroin drug related case. That's what comes to mind, which means that if you take 10 years back, what was Tinubu doing? Come and answer it. Daniel Bwala, Festus Keyamu, and all of his defenders out there, they have not denied that he was involved in that drugs related case. That's about 10 years, less than 10 years before he became governor. And there's no trace to what he was doing. The only claims is that he was working and his salary could not afford to give him the opportunity to save up to 460,000 US dollars. Yet at that time, there are allegations that he was buying things with his daughter and doing all manner of things, and the allegations that it is with drug money. Now, here you have a Peter Obi that legitimately made his money from business. He mentioned it, and he has asked you to go and verify. Can anybody come and tell us that that money is not Peter Obi's money, that it is government money? Can anybody do that? How many times will he answer questions about Pandora before you guys are satisfied? How many times? Now, it is clear to Nigerians that you just want to give him a bad name so you can hang him. Well-meaning Nigerians know the truth. We know you know the truth, but you just want something to hang on him so that you can force yourselves in power perpetually, but you have failed. Nigerians know the truth. We know who is the wealth creator, and we know who is the, what do they call them now? Rent seekers. People who come to feed off government. We know who they are. We see what you are doing with the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Railway, awarding the contract to your friends, to your partners, and then you are using public funds to build public infrastructure, and you are using private corporations that you are calling investors to collect money from Nigerians to siphon the money into private pockets. We see it. Was this what Peter Obi did? You guys should just zip it and move on to answer questions about why would you award a contract of multi-trillion naira to your partner without due process? Why would you violate the Nigeria's Public Procurement Act in the process? Why would you do that? Why would you waste such trillions in building a white elephant road and you try to deceive Nigerians by saying you are commissioning 30%, 30 kilometers out of a section that is actually 47.47 kilometers. You didn't even finish the 47.47 kilometers. You did only 30 kilometers out of a road that is 700 kilometers, less than 4% or 5%, and you are saying you are commissioning. Trying to deceive Nigerians. Explain, why would you waste such monies? Apart from breaching Nigeria's procurement laws, why would you waste such money when we could have used it to fix the roads, the economy, and improve the purchasing power of Nigerians? This is the questions that you should be answering. And this is the question that we should be asking, not Pandora Papers. It is his money. He has clarified. If you have anything that is contrary to what he has said, bring it. He has said it. He has challenged you. He is ready to go to life imprisonment. Go bring it. How many of you can make such statements about Tinubu?